What is going on, wonderful people? Thank you for stopping by. You got Stercules here, and I've got an exciting video coming your way. Stercules wants to battle. I'm sure you've probably heard of Bird Keeper Toby before, and he does this challenge the past few years called his Wants to Battle series, where he tags people, and through the thread, a bunch of people end up getting featured on a playlist on his channel, and I am super humbled to have been tagged by a great guy named Emperor Cubone. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm completely biased, but he's my favorite PokeTuber on YouTube. His channel is absolutely amazing. I remember subscribing when he had less than 100 followers. Seeing him hit that 100 mark itself was cool. Like, hey, people are starting to realize how great of stuff he's got. I remember him getting to the 1,000 mark and just being like, I think he's going to make it. And here he is with over 80,000 followers. I think he's at like 82,500 followers. And dude, Emperor, you deserve every single one of them and so many more. And the fact that you included me in your video, that you tagged me, and that you said nice things about my channel, I'm not going to lie to you, I teared up a little bit. It meant so much to me. It just felt great being recognized by you because your channel is so amazing. So without further ado, I really appreciate you including me in this. Let's get on to this video. So the first question that's asked on this is, what is the best Pokemon of 2020? Now, as we know, 2020 has been a tough year. Your boy just stated the obvious. So I think a lot of people would kind of want to jump to Pokemon like Missing No, right? Like the glitch Pokemon that you had to be scared not to catch because it would ruin your save file. Like 2020 has just been awful and cautious like that. Or some might say Absol, the Pokemon that appears before natural disasters to warn people of awful things to come. And I think a lot of people would even say something like Dracovish, right? Like, you took these parts, maybe three Pokemon that weren't supposed to exist together, and you made something terrifying and powerful. That sounds like 2020. Shouldn't have happened. 2020. Terrifying, powerful, all these things together is kind of probably wrapping up how a lot of people feel. But I've got something that for me represents it a little bit better, because not only is it representative of the year we've had, it's representative of just what my favorite Pokemon has been in 2020, and that is the legend Morpeko. This cute little boy has followed me along through my Sword and Shield game. I'm a pseudo method, a shiny Morpeko that's come with me throughout 2020 to the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, so I've got to see my shiny Morpeko that I named S'mores all throughout that, and that's been fantastic. But even more so than that, it kind of represents things in that it's got the happy side, it's got the dark side, right? It feels like every time you're happy this year, there's someone mad. There's something going wrong in the midst of happiness. It feels like there's always two sides to things. But I think we also need the reminder that even though it's been a tough year, there's been a lot of good that's happened, right? There's always two sides to everything. There's always happiness, there's always sadness. But as long as you look on the bright side or eat one of your little berry things that Morpeko keeps in its pouch, you can find happiness. That's been my best Pokemon of 2020. Going into the second question, best video you made this year or most looking forward to next year? Picking your best video of a year is really tough, especially someone who's new like myself. It's actually crazy. I started in September. I got a microphone for my birthday from my wife, because I'd been talking for years about wanting to start a YouTube channel, and she told me, hey, go for it, you have no excuses now. And so I've been pretty critical of my stuff. A lot of the stuff I've looked at and haven't liked, so picking a best video is hard. One of my favorites, though, is actually Elevated Emerald Episode 0. If you're over here from Emperor Cubone's channel, you saw him shout it out a little bit. It's a fan game I'm going through where I'm playing through Hoenn, but all the Pokemon have different types, all of them have different move sets, you're facing different gym leaders than normal. It's been very cool, but Episode 0, I actually interviewed the creator of this, Cole Rocket21, or just my friend Cole, you could call him, and I got to ask him a bunch of questions. Why did he make the game? What was his inspirations? What was his favorite? And very often do you play a fan game and get to talk to the creator about it before even enjoying the experience, so I really liked that. Another one I really liked, I liked just going over and surveying all the returning Pokemon to the Crown Tundra. It just kind of showed what a Pokemon nerd I am, that I love it so much that I can spout off facts like they're their base stat totals, what moves they learn, what their ability is, do they have competitive viability, but also kind of got to show off just like how much of a nerd I am about, like, I just love this one shiny, I just think this one has a great design, I'm just excited to see this one back. So kind of got to see a little bit of everything, so I did enjoy that. Looking forward to next year, I've got 2 videos that I'm really excited to make. One, I would have to say, is going to be about starters, and basically I'm just going to, in this video, assume that I have the ability to change the types of starters. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to still keep them the water, fire, grass types, but they're all going to have a unique type that no other starter of their type would have. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun to do, to kind of see how creative I can get, or if I think there's a type that makes more sense with the starter. On top of that, I am also really excited to make a Pokemon video about basketball. So I'm a very big sports fan, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of a crossover there, and I'm going to be making a Pokemon starting 5 lineup basketball team. I'm going to make a point guard, I'm going to make a center, I'm going to explain why they would be good at that position if they were to play that sport. I'm going to be having some Pokemon coming off the bench. I may even have a coaching staff of Pokemon, who knows. I can't wait to make that video in honor of basketball being back, so that should be pretty soon, actually. What can your viewers expect from you in 2021? A few things. One, I think more confidence, and I say that because when I first started making videos, I just had next to no confidence. I was trying too hard. I was too hard on myself, thinking this video is no good, you keep messing up, you're not being entertaining enough. And then little by little I started realizing I'm doing this to have fun, you know? This isn't my job. It probably never will be, but if I can have a good time with doing this, even if I only get 10 viewers a video, you know what? That's pretty cool that 10 people wanted to watch me play or talk about Pokemon, and I'm doing something I enjoy. So I think that's going to make me more confident with videos in this coming year, is just knowing, Ben, you're going in to have fun, and that's all you have to worry about. Some other things you can expect: I am going to be finishing up Pokemon Elevated Emerald. That's been kind of the main thing on my channel. Almost half my videos, I think I've done like 40 videos now, and I think 20 of them have been this. In fact, I've got 2 more coming this week that are pretty good, despite me messing up some audio stuff. But yeah, I still have to face the 8th gym. I still have to beat off the bad guys and do the Elite Four, and there's even a little post-game that I may or may not be in. So that's going to be cool. But on top of that, I want to play some fan games. So if you see Pokemon Solar Light and Lunar Dark there, that game is just all fan-made Pokemon on it. I love the thought of games like that, so that's a game I'd consider playing. Something like Pokemon Zeta and Omicron is more real Pokemon, but you're facing like kind of a darker, more real feeling story, which is cool. It was made by the Suzerain, who's the guy who also made Pokemon Insurgence, which is considered by many to be the best game, but it's like a precursor game, so that's another one I'm considering. And I'm also willing to take recommendations if anyone's got any. But yeah, moving on from that, you can expect more Draft League stuff from me. I'm in a league called the NPDL. It's a great group of guys. We had 14 teams last year. This coming season, for Season 8, which should be starting in a few weeks to a month, we have 18 teams with 3 divisions. Getting into the playoffs is going to be crazy. I barely squeaked in last year, and I almost upset the #1 overall seed in the first round. So it was awesome, super fun season, awesome group of guys. And I'm actually in another league right now that I've been putting up called the TPA. So I will still have Draft League content on my channel. And what else you can expect is I do want to do a whole lot of more top 5 videos. This was from the one I did that was top 5 items that I think should be introduced into Pokemon. I want to do a whole lot of other videos like that. I haven't had a whole lot of willpower to do so because I don't feel like I'm very good at these videos, especially when watching videos of guys that I really like Emperor Cubone, Bird Keeper Toby, Hoops and Hip Hop, people like that who make those videos and are just incredible. But I gotta remind myself, I'm just having fun. This is a fun thing to do. So I do want to make more videos like that, because sharing your opinions and just putting your thoughts into that, I think, is a lot of fun. So, and I have fun making the videos, even if they're not that high quality yet. So, number 4, is there anything on YouTube that has made you feel good this year? A lot of stuff, actually. I've actually spent quite a bit of time on YouTube. one thing that makes me feel good is that I finally made a channel. My goal when I started in September was by the end of the year, let's get 50 subscribers, and I was stuck in like the 20s and early 30s for a while. And in the past few days, I've actually gotten really close. I think I'm at like 47. So if today I get 3 more subscribers, when this goes up, I made my goal, which is really exciting. Even if I don't get there, the fact that I was close is cool. But just getting to make stupid thumbnails like this and stuff, that brings me a lot of joy. But more outside of myself, because there are people who are actually amazing content creators online. As I said, Emperor Cubone really, I promise, is just my favorite. Other Pokemon tubers I really like: Hoops and Hip Hop, Seabad, A-Drive, PokeAimMD, the list goes on. There's so many great content creators out there. That makes me feel good, knowing there's a whole community of people who also just love playing Pokemon, whether it's competitive like PokeAim, whether it's reaction videos like A-Drive, whether it's a little bit of everything like Seabad, whether it's music and theory related like Hoops and Hip Hop, or if you just want to be like Emperor Cubone and get on there and smash some awesome opinions and come up with really cool ideas. Like, there's just so much you can do, and that's exciting. And I haven't even covered, like, there's so many more that I haven't even discovered, and that's an exciting thing too. You can always find more new people. On another note, anything that's made me feel good this year on YouTube is I like to laugh. This has been a year where laughs are needed. 2 channels right here. The Ghost Runners podcast is one. They have a podcast every Monday. It's 2 best friends just making jokes, being stupid, telling stories, talking about their week. And it brings me joy once a week. On a Monday, I know, hey, this Monday is going to be much better because I get to listen to this. Rhett and Link, Good Mythical Morning. I could sit around for a shameless amount of hours just watching them eat food and like make awful faces at what they know is going to taste bad. But it's just so fun. So that's made me feel good this year, knowing that I can laugh no matter what's going on. Just be happy and look at people who are great people, making the world a better place. Number 5, Crown Tundra or Isle of Armor. For me, this one's actually kind of tough. And actually, if you look back, I accidentally put Isle of Amor. That means love in Spanish. And I noticed that, but I left it on because it made me laugh. So the Isle of Love, the Isle of Armor or the Crown Tundra was actually tough for me. I know a lot of people leaned one way. Crown Tundra was the more popular one, I would say, and more just beloved by the fan base. Aesthetically, I love the Isle of Armor. I love the competitive focus. But let's be real, if I want to play competitive Pokemon, it's usually going to be on Showdown. So I think the Crown Tundra ultimately does win because I got Isle of Armor up there again. I'm keeping it. Ultimately, to me, the best part about Pokemon is exploration. Seeing new routes, seeing Pokemon back in the game, finding out these new legendaries, having to connect the story together, exploring the raid dens. The max raid battles were always like, okay, fine, whatever. But the Dynamax adventures in the Crown Tundra is so fun. I'm still playing those, trying to get shinies and doing those. Whether you're playing with NPCs or people online, it's a great time. There were so many legendaries to hunt down. Hunting down the footprints was cool. I just think they knocked it out of the park with the Crown Tundra part of the DLC. Made me excited for future Pokemon games to come. I put small-ish creators that deserve more love because, like, me calling the people I'm about to put on the screen is laughable when I'm going to be excited about 50 subscribers. And they've all hit the 1,000 mark. But compared to your PewDiePies and even just your PokeTubers that have almost 1 million followers, like, these would definitely be considered small, even though this is a milestone I would kill to ever hit. First off, you got Coach Max Entertainment. I think he's got like 1,500 subscribers. And first off, like Emperor Cubone, he's a guy I've been lucky enough to meet and know in real life. One of the most genuine and nice people on this entire world. He's got a great Twitter account that shares a lot of fun stuff too. But he has a lot of Pokemon content. Like, he does some really tough challenges, like, can you beat Pokemon Red with only a Weedle? Stuff like that. That's cool. Cool. That's amazing. But he also does a lot of other Nintendo stuff. So I usually tend to stick to channels that stick more to just Pokemon or just to one thing. But I love that he has variety. He's done movie reviews that I've watched too that I really enjoyed. I think that's a really cool thing, just to have so much he can throw in there. Another one is In Vivid Color. Now, he's one that's blown up a little in this past year. I'd say last year he was probably at like maybe like 2,000, and I looked and he's up above 13,000. Still would be considered small compared to a lot of people, but he's very good. Once again, a lot of variety. He's one who's very willing to share his personality. I think he's got a really cool, dry sense of humor, but you can also tell he's like just crazy smart. But he does like some fun reaction videos. He does competitive Pokemon. I actually found out about him from watching him in the WBE. He did the Doubles League this year, but cool amount of variety on his channel, and if nothing else, his personality really should win you over. Also got a really fun Twitter account to follow. And then the last one, Matt O'Shea, just above 1,000 followers. In fact, I think he just reached it really recently, and this is one of the best Draft League battlers you're ever going to watch. Now, I do want to let you know, if you look his name up on YouTube, type Matt O'Shea Pokemon, because if you just do Matt O'Shea, like other creators pop up, and you want to go to this one. You want to see his amazing competitive Pokemon prowess. He plays in a lot of leagues. He has some videos that give some really cool advice on how to learn it that I found very helpful when I first got into it. But one of the best battlers around. Another great Twitter account. He talks all things Pokemon. He's also a big basketball fan, which I very much appreciate. So three really good creators that deserve more love, and there's so many more that that you could name that are always deserving more love, but these are three that I would recommend. And the next thing is tag people, and I'm tagging these three. I think all three, it would be cool to see their thoughts. I know we're getting towards the end of 2020, like this is the last day of it, so if you don't get to it, I completely understand. If you don't have time for it, I completely understand, but at the time I'm doing this, I still want to tag people. I don't want to just not do the full extent of this challenge. But anyway, I do just want to say thank you to Bird Keeper Toby for doing this every year. That's just the kind of guy Toby is. Like, he's got a great channel. He's got a channel where he does all these co-ops with people, and he's got a very big channel. The fact that he even thinks about, hey, let's support some smaller channels and get them known is a very cool thing, and it gives us something to look forward to every year. So, dude, you're amazing for that. Emperor Cubone, you're the GOAT, man. Thank you so much for tagging me in this and for having me in part of your video. I look forward to hopefully co-oping in the future, though I'll hone my skills up a little bit first. But I really do look forward to any opportunity I'd ever have to work with you in the future. And just to anyone who watched this, whether you watched the whole video, whether you watched part of it, whether you watched 5 seconds of it and said, I don't like the way that guy looks, that's fine. Thank you for at least giving me a chance. So I am going to hop on out of here and hit the hay, but I just hope you have yourself a great night. Peace.